What's up,
Hey,
Senju?
what's good, man? How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great today, bro. Thank you for allowing us to interview at Rap Strictly.
Of course, man. It's a dope opportunity. I appreciate you for reaching out.
Yeah, of course, bro. So I just want to know first off, like, who are you and like how you got into rapping?
Yeah, so again, my name's Yung Senju. The way I got into rapping, I originally like just made music in general. Like I was really into
Yeah,
jazz for a bit, and I decided I wanted to kind of like branch jazz into hip hop from just listening to artists like Kendrick Lamar. Really was inspired by the album To Pimp a Butterfly. That's kind of what got me
yeah,
to want to bridge those two gaps, and that's kind of how I initially got into hip hop. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. How did your first album, Black Man Wonderland, like change your career? You know?
Bro, it was crazy, bro. Like with Black Man Wonderland, I didn't think it was gonna do as well as it ended up doing, but the way it kind of changed my career is like it ended up just popping off on TikTok, first of all.
Yeah,
Brazil, the Mellow Music app, he made a post and it just went stupid. It got like 4 million views or something like that on TikTok. And then a bunch of other posts that I made and other people made just started going, following with that. And it gave me a lot of dope opportunities, a lot of dope people reaching out in the industry, and it just changed my career, just my
yeah.
all that, man.
What was the process behind the album? Like, what inspired you to make the album? And
Bruh,
what was the theme
so
of it?
originally I had another album planned. It was actually called Magnum Opus, and I was hyping that
Yeah,
album up a bit. And then, bruh, so literally I was in like this session. It was like a camp, a recording camp. I was producing for this artist named Benji.
yeah.
And I put my hard drive into the computer. Hard drive just broke. Like I just lost all my data, everything, like
Ooh,
my original album. And like a couple months later, I was doing this performance for my school. And I named the performance actually, I named it Black Man Wonderland. And I really liked the concept that I had for that performance in general. And I was like, I'm gonna turn this into an EP. It was originally supposed to be an
yeah.
EP. And songs like Ebony were on it. Ebony was on my last album. Songs like Ebony and Urgency were supposed to be on the EP. I was just gonna be like 5, 6 songs. I did that. And then I was rocking with the idea. I started getting some traction when I was just posting like some snippets on TikTok. And I was like, I'm just turning this into an album. I just did that. I was like, it just all just followed from there, honestly. So yeah.
So you haven't, so you have an original album that's like got all lost?
Yeah, I didn't have the full album. I had like 6, 7 songs done, but I lost every song other than Ebony. Like Ebony was originally supposed to be on that album,
Yeah,
but every other song I had to make following that, I made in like a real short amount. I made every other song in about 2, 3 months because I was just trying to just
really.
pump out music. I was just grinding. I was in the studio, so yeah, man.
What's one of your personal favorite songs of yours?
Personal favorite songs of mine.
Yeah.
If I had to say like top three right now, I think urgency in there because
Oh, for
urgency
sure.
kind of what it just changed the way that I made music, the way that I presented my.
Yeah.
I never really made music that had like a serious message behind it until I made urgency. So that's got to be one. She Roll Up too because I made it with my homie, one of my best friends, Tavi. Made that. We just was cooking up in the studio. That was like
Yeah.
the first time I ever made a smoke song because I just started smoking around then too. So it was just a vibe making that song.
Yeah.
And then three, gotta be Like Gold. That's my most recent single. I
Oh,
just made that
yeah.
song with my girlfriend, and it was just a vibe to make all the way through. So those gotta be my top three right now.
Hey, man, that's so cool. One of my favorite songs is Urgency. Like the meaning behind it
Yeah,
and like the flow and everything, man. Like it's a beautiful song for real.
yeah, I appreciate that, though. I appreciate that,
Yeah. So what like inspires you to make music? Like,
man. Honestly, bro, like I'd say I have a lot of different inspirations. Because I
yeah.
don't have one set thing that inspires me to make music. I feel like I don't think there's something wrong with having an inspiration, but I feel like just my general day to day is what inspires
Yeah.
me. Constantly inspired to make music. I just constantly want like have that drive to make music. Like it's not about money, fame, none of that stuff. I just love making music. So that's why I make it. That's kind of it.
Hey, man, that's good. Now, who are some of the people in the industry you look up to? Like, I know you said Kendrick Lamar was one.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. When it comes to like just musicality, sonically, I'd say I take inspiration from like Smino, Jid, Denzel Curry's one for sure.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just talking about the way that he freestyled a whole album, or he freestyled through like his whole what was the album called? I forget the name. It's the one that he made with Kenny Beats. That album, like I just thought all that was dope. So those are like my big inspirations. On top of that, Kendrick. And like my main one, other than that, would have to be Three Stacks, Andre.
Oh, Andre 3K?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You see yourself being on the same level as them one day?
Oh, of course, of course. That's the goal, man. That's the
That's the
goal. I
goal.
want to be known as one of the greats. I want to be respected as such. So, that's the goal. I want to grind until I get to that level.
Yeah, I believe you have potential to be like your music is great, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Do you have any new upcoming music coming out soon?
Yeah, man. So right now I'm working on this little project called O3
Yeah.
before I drop this album. But what O3 is basically I'm making an EP. It's supposed to be a lot of the songs that I originally wanted to drop on the deluxe. I'm just kind of refurbishing it since it's been a while. And I
Yeah.
did end up dropping the deluxe. So O3 gonna be a whole waterfall release leading up into the album, which I'm calling Palace Chains, which I plan to drop by the end of 2024. So yeah.
All right, that's cool. What's gonna be like the sound of the album? Like, what's it gonna be like?
Man, I don't want to talk too
You
much
don't want
about
too much
that.
about it?
I don't want to spoil too
Yeah,
much about
yeah,
it.
no, I get
I'll
it.
say like overall, I want it to be like just very grandiose, like very grand sound, like some horns, some
Grand.
trumpets, like very orchestral type shit.
Hey man,
First,
I'm
I didn't mean to say that. Can
oh no, yeah, 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 no,
okay,
no
okay.
problem, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I say that.
Hey man, but that's all the questions I have for you today. But I appreciate you for letting us interview at Rap Strictly, man.
Say that. I appreciate y'all for reaching out, man.
Hey bro, of course, bro. Hey, you have a blessed one.
You too, twin.
All right.